I'm looking for something I do not understand.
Is Aries being influenced or infected by Tron? So we are officially just a few days away from the premiere of Tron Ares, the continuation of the Dillinger family's quest for absolute power. But what happens when there is a limitation in technology that prevents them from achieving power? I'm a gloomy geek, and recently a new clip from Tron Ares was released that reveals the core element of the upcoming third film, the Permanence Code, a mystery that could explain what happened to Quorra. Is she alive? Or did she die due to a glitch that not even Kevin Flynn could have foreseen?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Aries.
The arrival of a grid program in the real world isn't new. Remember that at the end of Tron Legacy, Quorra, an ISO born on the grid, crossed over into the real world. But there is no mention of her in the new movie. What if the reason for her disappearance was that she was incomplete?
What are you doing?
Oh, just trying to change the world, Mother.
You're hacking ENCOM?
Just a peek over the garden wall. No one will notice.
What makes you think that ENCOM is any closer to finding it?
Because I know who else is looking for it, all right?
Who?
Eve Kim. She's following in her sister's footsteps. She's after the Permanence Code. I can feel it.
The secret behind all this lies in what is called the Permanence Code, the very thing Julian Dillinger is searching for. But what is this code? And why is it so important for Julian to provoke a corporate battle and chaos in the real world? Although Flynn managed to find a way to materialize a digital being to live in the real world, there is no way to permanently stabilize that matter. There comes a point when digital objects that cross into the real world will de-res. The competition between ENCOM and the Dillinger Company revolves around the Permanence Code, the key to Aries and other programs remaining on Earth without collapsing. Hence the name, the Permanence Code. Does this mean that Quorra, without this code, disappeared?
What's next, Sam?
I guess we're supposed to change the world.
The fight for control over this revolutionary technology could define the future of the world. It doesn't just benefit Dillinger. It's technology that grid programs need to cross over and exist in the real world. Now, what could the existence of this code imply? For Dillinger, it's the power to materialize any object from the digital world. For the moment, Julian seems focused on the tech's military potential, but in theory, anything from the grid could be materialized. But without the Permanence Code, their usefulness is very time restricted. We don't know how long a program lasts in the real world. It could be days or even hours before it begins to disintegrate. More than likely, shortly after arriving in the real world, programs will begin to de-res. That's why Dillinger needs to solve this problem before he could sell this technology. And so the troubling question remains, did Quorra de-res because she didn't have the Permanence Code? There's still hope for her. Quorra isn't an ordinary program. She wasn't designed or written by a user like the rest. She was born within the grid. She's an ISO.
ISOs, isomorphic algorithms. A whole new life form.
You created them?
No. They manifested like a flame. They weren't really from anywhere. The conditions were right and they came into being.
ISOs don't follow the same rules as user-created programs. Their existence is spontaneous, unique, like a bridge between the digital and the organic, which means they could react differently when crossing into the real world. While user-created programs seem to have an expiration date, ISOs may not need the Permanence Code to live in the real world, because they are the key to existence. Quorra could be the piece that shows that permanence isn't found in an algorithm, but in the very nature of the ISOs.
ISOs, isomorphic algorithms. A whole new life form.
You created them?
No. They manifested like a flame. They weren't really from anywhere. The conditions were right and they came into being.
Now then, the Permanence Code wasn't created by someone from the Flynn family, but from a new family, the Kim family. Currently, the CEO of Encom is Eve Kim, the sister of Tess Kim, whose Eve profile says is deceased. The sister is important. You'll see why in a second. In the clip, we see Julian hacking into Encom. The reason? Well, according to him, Eve continued her sister Tess's work in researching the Permanence Code. Now then, what if Tess's death wasn't by natural causes? What if she were made to disappear? Or is it possible that she's trapped inside the Encom grid? Julian strongly believes that Tess holds the key to the code that allows him to materialize anything he desires from the grid into the real world. Now, Eve's profile also reveals something even more intriguing. She's credited as the creator of Space Paranoid's Panic City, a sequel to the legendary Space Paranoids video game that Kevin Flynn developed when he was an Encom developer. What does this mean? Well, it means that his son, Sam Flynn, never continued his father's work. Instead, it was the Kim family who took the reins and continued Flynn's legacy, creating the game's sequel and working on the Permanence Code. Everything points to two disturbing facts. The Flynns were replaced, and the Kim family controls Encom. This makes Eve Kim Julian Dillinger's #1 rival and Ares' first target. Don't take my word for it. Aries says so himself.
What happened back there?
I disobeyed my directive.
Which was?
To retrieve the code from your disk and delete the carrier.
In this clip, we see Aries inside the grid with Kim. There he confesses that he was sent to destroy her after obtaining the Permanence Code. This confirms that Dillinger is at war with Encom, sending others to steal technology and eliminate those who possess it, most likely to claim that he created the tech. Like grandfather, like grandson. The clip also reveals something even bigger. Aries switched sides. He himself admits that he disobeyed his orders, which were to eliminate Eve, but is instead helping her. What's fascinating is that this is the first time we see a program with a prolific red color break its programming. Instead of fighting the users, it's fighting alongside the users. It does remind me of the moment when Rinsler broke his programming and briefly reverted to Tron at the end of Legacy.
I fight for the users.
So could Ares become the new protector of the users? The next, Tron. The entire grid is tinged with red. This isn't a minor detail. Red in the Tron universe represents the corruption of the code, the absolute submission to an evil system of control. A completely red grid means that there are no free spaces for neutrality, opposition, or resistance. It is a complete resignation in faith in the users. So what do you think? What happened to Sam and Quorra? How and when did the Kim family replace the Flynns? Did Quorra need the Permanence Code? Or does her absence mean something else? A possible surprise in Tron Ares. I'm a Gloomy Geek, and don't forget to like and subscribe.